welcome to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, Norris Pope Johnson. I got me my man, Phocuz Phill, who came in early to save my hind parts, and we talk about a array of issues in our community. And right over here, I have one of my best friends, my only best friend left. I only got you and one more. Females and my wife can actually trust. So I lost the baddest one in the game, DC Baddest. Unfortunately, God rest her soul. And we will miss her. She will be greatly missed because she balanced me out. Amen. But I got my other best friend right here, the person that also balanced me out, my confidant, my partner in crime.
Look at the Lord.
Man. And every time we have our little one-on-one dinners, we have an hour-long conversation about dating in the DMV. And we all know my favorite show is Ready to Love. So, you know, this going to be like our little mini Ready to Love. And why is it so hard to find love
in the city?
In the city. Now, we always come from a place of honesty.
Absolutely.
But give them a little bit of your background, because you do so much, man. You do a lot.
Hello.
You gonna sing some bars for us later on today?
Maybe.
Yes, I mean, that's gonna be the highlight of my life.
Maybe. So, hello, everybody. What's up? I don't know if... Did you say my name?
You know your name.
They might not know my name. Your audience may not know my name.
Favorite friend,
okay.
Miss Sassi.
So, hello, everybody. I am Sassi Whayz. Born and raised in the district. I am a, singer.
Check.
Actress.
Check.
Motivational speaker. I guess you can put that on the list now.
Director,
event planner. You know, I'm a dot connector. Like, I just like making things happen, right? So I'm all about...
How about all around balls?
All around balls. There you go. We're going into every little intricacy. I've been on the scene. I started in Go-Go in 2006. It was a fun run. Had my fair share of fun with bands in the city, and shout out to my Go-Go community. What else? Shout out to the actresses and the actors, the local actors and actresses and playwrights and producers and everybody that I work with. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like an all around the way girl, you know? Just all around the way girl.
Now, before we get to our journey of dating, because I never really got a chance to ask you this. How did you start your journey into all the stuff that you do? I mean, as long as I know you, I never asked you that question. So This is a perfect time to ask. How did you start a journey of knowing you wanted to do so much, and how did you get started doing so much?
To be honest, like the beginning of it, as a child, I would clean up the house, right? And we had a record player, and we had 2 records. We had Natalie Cole, Inseparable, and we had Eddie Murphy Raw. Lord knows I learned all the good cusses from Eddie Murphy Raw. However, if I played that while my parents were around, I knew they would take it from me, right? So I started playing Natalie Cole, Inseparable, and I just started mimicking what I heard. And I was like, ooh, I can sound like her. I can sing. So that's how I learned I know how to sing at like 10 years old. And then we had a community-based program called KSO Productions. Shout out to them. They were pillars in the community where we would perform around the city every Saturday. From sun up to sundown, we learned production. We were in charge of the cameras, live band. As a child, I started performing with a live band. Like, we didn't do tracks, we did live instrumentation. So between 10 and 12, I kind of really got into singing. And I did it for a very long time, summer after summer after summer, branched off into like showcases and talent shows. And as far as acting is concerned, you always watch TV like, oh yeah, I could do that, right? So funny, I started as a camera woman for a podcast, shout out to DMV Socialites, and they asked a roundtable question, and I answered the question, and they were like, bet, you the co-host. So like the next time we went on, I was on the fly as the co-host. We had a director come in, shout out to Mitch Creedle. He loved my energy. He was like, I have a part for you. And that started the acting. So it's just about being the right energy at the right time with the right people.
What film was that?
So shout out, that's Boss 1 and Boss 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the beginning of the journey, and everything else as far as clothes is concerned, like learning how to design. I'm tall, so you put a pair of jeans on, and when you have a sizable seat, it raised the pants up, so now you look like you have on hot waters and your shoes is at a party that your pants wasn't invited to. So
I
it's
like how you clearing that up for sizable seat
sizable seat,
as
you know.
assets.
I mean, so it's like certain things just kind of created itself based on circumstances. So
Now, how did you get in the world of go-go? See, it's another question I never had the opportunity to ask.
Okay, so 2 reasons. Shout out to my big sister Keisha and shout out to my homegirl Kalia. Kalia's husband was in Raw Image at the time, and we worked together. And she reached out to me, and she's like, "Oh, my husband's band need a singer." And then my god sister saw their post on, I can't think of the post board it was one of those little social portals. I don't think it's relevant right now, but she posted a response to their question about me. So I kind of got wrapped up in it like that. So Raw Image was my first official paid band. So that's how I got introduced to go-go.
Philip?
How do you balance everything?
I'm an Aries, so if you know anything about Aries, like we have to stay busy. Like we just love doing things because we get bored quickly. So having options and avenues, amazing for me, right? Because you don't get stuck in one realm so long and it becomes daunting and not fun anymore. Because sometimes people take the fun out of it. It's like it starts out fun, but then people suck the life out of it by either being too greedy, being too militant with micromanaging. So I like options. So I learned to balance.
Okay.
Very easy.
Okay.
Now, as a female, what is the craziest thing you've seen in the go-go world?
I think the men gonna be mad.
He mad. We snitching. We dropping dimes out here in this episode.
Like for real, being the only female in the band, right? You see a lot of stuff. You see women that's coming to the shows that's not their wives, right? And if you are performing nightly, weekly, you might see her this show, her the next show. It's just like, shorty. So I see a lot of, I don't know how to clean that one up, but I saw a lot of different faces.
That's a good question though. So I always wondered about go-go, you know, as far as what's really going on behind the scenes, you know, because I'm sure it has its you know, its issues and everything like everything else, you know, like the music business. But I always wonder that because those questions are asked, you know, as far as what goes on, you know, behind the scenes of
now
go-go.
Sassy. Now we live in a place of truth.
We do.
While all this craziness was going on, what the hell were you doing, young lady?
First of all, I was minding my business because listen, I'm straight up. Like when I'm in a band, everybody is family to me because that's just how I like to operate.
Now that pretty dude in the audience that probably was like, "Hey, beautiful."
I mean, that's gonna happen naturally, but I don't really like communicating with people at the show because if you're drunk, like you're just lusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really attracted, or do you think I look like Halle Berry, right? Because you drunk. Not to say that I'm not cute, but you would just understand what it's like the mentality. And sometimes, depending on what band you're in, like for Raw Image, we played in a lot of hole in the wall type places. So you know, they're not my speak, they're not my style. You know, they're just not my type of hype. He's like, hey, I'll take a picture with you. I'm very sociable. I'm very nice. I'll go around and I'll talk to people, men and women, couples, because I just want to make sure you're having a good time. But we not going home. And two, a lot of the years that I was in go-go, I was married. So, and my husband at the time was very crazy. So most of them knew not to bother me because he was like a live wire. You could just look wrong, and he was just ready to.
Not to cross that line.
You know, he was ready.
Now, you got to see me in all my transitions. You got to see Hardy host me. You got to see new me. You got to see a lot of me.
I did.
Are you proud of the growth?
I am.
Thank you, Father God, for grace and mercy.
I am. I will say, even seeing you in those elements, you still held a certain standard, right? And it wasn't sloppy. Because some people can be sloppy in transition, or like some people can just allow certain things to like go to their head, or if you have access, you don't know how to act. Like even in your mind, if you were jumping around like a kid, like you held your composure. So definitely.
Hey, thank you. See, man, God is good.
Absolutely.
Now let's get to the real topic.
What is the real topic?
You know, we be having these conversations at our little lunch. So I haven't seen you in a
about
minute. Hey, I'm gonna stand up for my brothers.
Come on, stand up for him. Stand up for him.
First and foremost,
Let me clean this off so y'all can see.
go ahead, clean it all.
Yeah, we want them to see. I don't know. All right, I think I'm HD now.
All right, first and foremost, why do you think it's so hard for a lady on the go who's successful like yourself? You got a lot of stuff going on.
I do.
So why do you think it's so hard for somebody who's got a lot of shit going on to find a good man?
Well, you know, as much as I hate to lean on this, I'm going to kind of lean on it. It's so much access now, right? It's so much access.
To what?
People in general.
Okay.
And that's sex.
Oh, okay.
There was
That's
once
why I was-
upon a
that's why I
time
was getting at.
where real sex came on and you had to wait till Saturday.
Yeah.
Or if you by chance kind of had cable but didn't, you know, back in the day,
look
if
through
you
the
had that
little-
one little channel, you could
Yes,
probably
look
see
through
that was
the swinging
scrolling
little
up.
eyes.
Yeah, and they had like soft porn, but you had to like wait for these things to come on. Now you can type in two letters and everything is exposed. Everything is coming up, not just for adults but kids too. So it's like, at once upon a time, for a man to see a woman in the nude, he had to either go to a strip club, he had to go to like a brothel house, or, you know, he had to like go somewhere where these things were happening. Now, you get on Instagram, Facebook, OnlyFans, Backpage, this page, that page, and all these other pages we don't know about, well, at least I don't know. The access is grand. So it's like, if it's so easy at the drop of a dime, why am I going to waste my time investing? Even if this is what I want, it's so easy. Access is so easy. I can have her today, her tomorrow. If I want a steak today, a steak tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I just feel like men are taking full advantage, and women too, because women have taken on such a different persona. They just want what they can have because it's at their disposal.
She said, that she said it all.
Okay, follow up.
But you know what though? I think with it being so much access these days, like you said, to everything, you know, like she said, the time you really don't have to put in just with that one, you know, but it's where you are mentally and what you want. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what it's all about. Like, if you want to be with somebody, you know, that's what you're going to focus on, you know. But like you said, it's just so much. You be like, man, I ain't tripping.
And let me tell you, like, I just had a real conversation this week. Well, dialogue, because I know it's conversation, not a word. So I don't want to have that, okay, if anybody's on here or listening. So I met someone and we exchanged numbers. And the texting nowadays is so weird. Like, I don't really like it. I'm the type of girl, like, in order for you to build a bond with me, pick up the phone. Like, texting is so one-dimensional. How can you really catch my vibe? Like, if I'm telling you a joke and you don't get it, it's because we don't have any chemistry, right? So you won't receive it the way I'm sending it. So you'll just be looking at it like, what the hell is this? And vice versa, right? So I'm saying to this guy, I always say king. Right, so I said king. So he's like, oh, I guess I need to start speaking the old English language. I need to start saying queen. I was like, I guess. So then he said something about languages. So I was like, I speak many different languages. So then he comes back with something slick. So I was like, look, depending on how we build this bond, it's based on who you get from me. I can be anybody, right? So he's like, oh, this ain't phase 1, phase 2. Talk that shit to me now. Nah, you don't get that. But it just goes to show there's no patience. Right? I'm a lady. Like, if you want character, she can get into character mode, but you have to make me want to do that. You don't just get it.
Yeah, that's my next follow-up. As a young lady on the go, what are you looking for?
Man.
Yes.
What am I looking for?
Let's get into the details.
The details of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for honesty, right? And then we're talking aesthetics, of course. Like, I want somebody tall, just in case it's some suitors listening.
Tall we talking, you know.
Has to be taller than me because I'm 5'9" without heels. And I like to wear heels and low-key.
That's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yes, and I like to be picked up. Okay.
A little box truck can pick you up.
I'm sure, but I don't want to be over his head. I don't have to, like, bend down to hug and kiss him. Exactly.
I I knew I was going to get in there. This is the type of conversation we did having at dinner.
No. Exactly. But it's just preference. But again, like honesty, you got to be honest. Like I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I have to hide any of who I am. And I don't want you to have to hide any of who you are. So we have to come to the table with understanding, like, and respect and value each other in a way where we're bringing our independence as we are trying to blend together. So that's big for me. And you have to be fine, okay? Because I like taking pictures.
What if he ugly?
If he's ugly, I don't want to sound shallow because we all have preferences, right? He wouldn't be my preference.
Shout out to the first lady because you married an ugly ass man. But shout out to you, my love.
Oh my God!
I love my pretty wife. She make all our pictures look good.
Listen,
Unpacked.
right?
Hey,
Okay.
just shout out to my pretty wife.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, shout out to the first lady.
Shout out to the first lady. Yeah, but I don't want to sound shallow. I could be anybody's friend, but am I going to be comfortable with rolling over to somebody who I don't find attractive? No, I can't do that. Like, people come to the table with certain aesthetics and it's like, oh, he has money. I don't care about that. What does your heart say? What does your heart feel? What is your mind? I don't care about your money. If money can't change how you look, I ain't doing nothing with you. I don't care because your money is your money. It's not our money. It's your money. So he has to be handsome.
You got a long ass list. You don't be that old.
How? How is my list long?
How, Sway, how?
2 minutes big. Yeah, how?
How, Sway, how?
Exactly, how? My list is
When you
tall.
run into a fine,
My list
a
is
fine
tall
short
and
man.
honest and
When you run
attractive.
into a fine, attractive short man, he 5'8".
I do have a fine, attractive, short man.
What's the problem there?
Short man.
What's the issues?
Short man. When I hug you, I don't like. I like
You
to
gotta
do
kiss him
this.
on top of the
I don't wanna,
forehead.
like feel like I'm the nigga.
You gotta
Like,
kiss him on top of the
no,
forehead.
I'm not doing that.
Give him the forehead kiss.
No,
Tell him
I'm
you
not
love
doing
him at night.
I'm not doing it.
You not gonna do it?
No.
So you plotting to get the hell out?
I ain't plotting. That's why I'm single. Listen, I'm single and satisfied. Okay, I am happy. Hear me when I say I'm happy. Now everybody wants a companion, but if I don't find him,
You'll be that
or he
old.
doesn't find me, let me say that.
You'll be
And
that old.
fellas understand. No, I ain't gonna be over no cats or nothing like that. I'm
And
a
a
dog
rose.
lover.
You could be an old lady with a cat and a rose.
Oh no! Listen, be clear. Be clear. It is not hard to get a man. Like men are so easy. Men are very easy. But I just don't want an easy guy. I don't want somebody who I can run over. I don't want somebody who I have to force myself to like or act like I like. I don't want any of
That's
that.
deep.
Now are you
just-
willing to
Easy guy,
compromise on your goals?
I am willing to compromise. But out of what I said, what I compromise? Honesty, I'm not compromising that. Height. Somebody said you the same size when you lay down. They lying. Because you're not the same size when you lay down. Height, maybe. Maybe same height as I am, but not shorter. Damn, like that. Yeah, maybe the same height. Like you gotta be 5'9". 5'9". I would compromise on the height, but
Philip, you're a single person in the room. What do you have to say? Because I'm out the game.
I'm short out of luck.
I'm out the game. I'm out the game. Man.
But no, I mean, she knows what she wants.
yeah,
Hey, she knows what she wants.
you have
And she
to.
said you're okay being single
I am. So
for right now.
For right now,
But if the right one comes along,
absolutely.
yeah.
In a New York minute, I'd be like, "Hey, babe, let's make
Yeah.
this, let's make the world shake together." You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm loving my singleness. Like, FYI, I've been married, so I was married for 12 years. We were together for 14 years. That's 14 years I can't get back. Right? 14 years of trial tribulations. Learning. Beautiful children. Shout out to my children. Mommy loves you. But you have to be very strategic and cautious on how you move after a circumstance like that, right? So it's like, I'm not pressed on love, and trust me, the fellas are community property, so dick is a dime. It's not hard to get. right? And I don't want that either, because if you just willing to give it, I'm gonna be like, what you got? With me, we go to the doctor together, get tested together, and wave those white flags so we can get down with the get down. But not many people are even willing to do that. Like, I brought a shorty to the table, like, look, you can have access. I just need to see those papers. Nothing. So that you weed yourself out, right? It's like, so that's easy to get.
Well, it's our public announcement. I always tell, this is my favorite quote to my nephew. And CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, local liquor store, in the case of emergency, gasoline station. And while you're at the gasoline station, you get those rhinos, those false rhinos too, my bro.
Listen, I don't know nothing
Don't be
about
falling
all
for that. We can go ahead and wave a white flag, and next thing you know, baby, I'm pregnant. Nope.
No,
CVS,
I mean, wave
Walgreens,
the
Rite
white
Aid, local
flag.
liquor store.
I'm saying wave the white flag in the sense of, like, you know somebody's clean. Because let's be clear, you can Febreze the shit out of yourself, right? You can come smelling good, clean cut, looking nice, but your lower region or your mouth region, because a lot of people don't understand that your mouth health is a lot of why you may have poor mouth health, hygiene, earaches, internal things that we can't see. It all stems from that. You just going down on anybody, or you got plaque, or you don't go to the dentist every 6 months, or you don't look like you brushing your teeth. And honey, so them white flags tell you if a person is clean or not.
That's what I'm just saying. CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, local liquor
Okay,
store.
you get your rhino pill, but you also go get your white papers. Okay? If the rhino pill is what you need, or the blue pill is what you need, as long as you have some papers to accommodate that pill.
When you find that old man like me who been in the game since he was 7 years old, things slow down, unfortunately.
See, you talking to stamina. I'm speaking cleanliness. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying before we even get to the rhino pill, it's just dirty.
Thank you, Father God.
Right?
I don't have these issues as a married guy who out the game. I don't have these problems.
Well,
I wave those white flags every day. I'm with my wife. Yay.
Okay, I'm just saying, for somebody that's single, you gotta check. You gotta check.
yeah.
Because people are out here just like going in first date. Like,
Hey, man, the vibe there. I ain't mad
and
with
it's
it.
about, now there are some genuine circumstances where the chemistry is just so undeniable, right? I do believe that. But, like, shorty, if you that loose leaf with me, you might be that way with everybody.
We was talking, things happened. My bad, it slipped in. Oh, thank you, Father God. I'm a changed person. Thank you, Father.
This shenanigans right here, no, we not doing no slip in. We doing intentional encounters moving forward. Like, we too old to be playing. I ain't got time to be going to get no shots. I'm 40 years old.
Shots we talked about.
If you dirty,
Thank you. I never had these issues in my life.
they exist. Even if you didn't have them, they exist. People are dirty out here.
Woo.
And people are just giving away.
I ain't got time to be going
Nastiness.
I ain't got time to be going to the clinic because I'm leaking.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's why you go to the clinic or your doctor to get
You
tested.
got leaky time.
For sure.
For all you dudes out there leaking, go clean your shit.
I hope nobody's out there leaking. Please don't be leaking.
If all the dudes out there with that flat tire, go get you some air in your tire, bro. Stop playing.
Just make sure the tire is clean. Okay,
Now, would you
take it to
date
the car
a
wash.
broke ass, poor man who's not on your level?
Would I date a broke ass poor man? Like, define that.
He work at McDonald's. He the shift supervisor.
Does he have ambition, motivation, and drive?
Nope. He happy at McDonald's.
He just want to
then?
like drive my car, work at McDonald's.
Yep. He gonna drop you off at work.
No, Jody. No, Jody. No.
I mean, he got no other goals. He comfortable at McDonald's.
I don't even like chicken nuggets no more. No. Absolutely not. No.
Phil, you got to follow up.
Would you, if you weren't married, would you date a woman who was just at McDonald's and all she wanted to do was stay at McDonald's? How can I help you?
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Hell no.
Okay, me either. Would you, Phil?
You got to be on my level.
No. No.
You got to be on my level.
Would you, Trump?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, if he did with ambition and maybe he haven't had the right
See,
person,
what
like,
the hell I
pull him
look
out
like?
of.
I work a regular 9-to-5 job. I'll go to the fucking gym and I do this bullshit.
Should you ask me? I mean, the same question.
No, I think for men, we're quicker to date somebody like that.
I'll put
And why is that though?
I mean,
is that because there's no challenge? Is that because you feel like you would be the
well,
dominant one and control the situation?
well, not so much control, but maybe the confident thing. You know, she's easy, not asking for much. I mean, some dudes
some dudes they
that's
down
what they do.
because
So
of
for
that.
women, it's easier.
Yeah.
For them, they'll get a dude that's on the grind, that's doing his thing, and she ain't doing shit. Or like you said, at McDonald's with no ambition, and you know it happens like that. But see, you got to know you got to set your bar. And that's what I tell people: like, set your bar. Like, I have sold myself short a few times,
I
but
think
anyway.
we all have at some point.
But yeah, you got to set your bar. And you know what? Some people say, well, you're asking, this person has to have this, have that. No, we got to be on the same level. We got to be able to come together and grow.
Right.
But we got to meet each other halfway. But what I want to know is, what's up with the women when the men can drive the car, sit home all day, just drop them off, pick them up,
late,
and more so the women are like now they like the dudes.
I know what's up.
Used to be, you know what I mean? We used to be. We ain't tripping off no whatever because there's so many out here. Now the women, the tables have turned. They like, man, nigga, that's all I need is I've been told that. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't tripping off that all. You could just come over here and do this, and then you go ahead and roll.
So
I say, damn, now I'm the roller. Nowadays, we
Now
the
you the
rollers with no
piece.
brakes. So it's like, it puzzles me sometimes because I see it all the time. I'm like, damn, he got a sweet. If I had 6 months of that, stack my money. You know what I mean? I'd be all right. But that's what I want to know. What is it? Is it the self-esteem, or is it that, they had the control and they ain't worried about that? The financial piece part of it.
So I think, and I have ladies on my live, so y'all can send me messages if I'm misrepresenting us. Hey, y'all. So I think when you allow a man to drop you off at work and drive your car all around the city, I'm thinking he laying it down, honey, because only big.
Okay, that's what. Okay, all right, okay.
That's a different language.
okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But so that's one aspect of it.
See,
And
so y'all
then-
get real. So that's facts. Y'all
Yeah.
get that emotional over the wood.
Hunty, when that thing good, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
you might, you just never know. Like,
All right.
he don't got no license, but go ahead, boy. Here go the keys. You know what I'm saying? Here go the keys. But then, too, there's another facet of that. You can have a guy who's controlling.
Oh,
And it can be done out of fear, right? It's like,
okay.
you ain't gonna leave me, you just give me your... So, right, he's controlling, so he need to know where she at, where she going. He doing him, but he's controlling tabs on her to make sure she ain't moving like he moving. So,
okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now that I know.
yeah, so he got the good wood.
Right.
You gonna let him dry your shit. And
Good
then,
wood. And he bringing home double cheeseburgers when you get off work.
Because he the
Free
manager.
food, all that.
Because he the manager.
I take the chef manager at fucking McDonald's. You too
He
good.
ain't no
for
vegan.
that. You too good now.
Yes.
This dick!
My man Drew. Shout out to Drew.
Yeah, so I think those are two reputable reasons.
Next question.
Next question.
Oh, I know why though, Phil.
Why?
That's the other question. Because women like control sometimes. They want to make you feel like the little kid. They want to balls up on you.
You know, I think that's true too. I just honestly, it's really boils down with people not doing the work on themselves, and you're looking for something. You're looking for something in this other person, or you are trying to subconsciously gain something you couldn't control back in a time period of your life, right? So it's like now, oh, I got somebody, and you will suffer, and I'm gonna make you, and it's like,
Kind of like that guy that became a police officer because he was bullied.
yes,
elementary school, so
exactly.
now-
Yeah, we chase you on elementary
Yeah.
school, chase you on junior high school, and we fuck your girl in college.
Exactly. So you know, low key, like crazy. When I was married, right, I was told that my husband was like driving around the city with chicks, and we had a minivan. Like, nigga, how cool? You trying to be cool, flexing on these girls with this
That
minivan.
minivan seat laid back, baby.
So
Shout out to you, sir. You was the ultimate. You had
Listen.
you had a rolling hotel, sir.
Ain't minivans
Salute
now.
to you, good. Salute to you. There you go.
I hate minivans now. You know what I'm saying? But it was a circumstance where fear was in that, right? He would drive me to work, take the car, so I couldn't do what he was doing out in the streets. And he did, we had some children. So, he was good at once upon a time until it was dirty, and then it was like a detachment. But so I personally can speak from experience on those two factors.
Now, have you ever had, besides your husband, anyone else try to control you to that point?
Yes. So I started dating a guy. I was so excited because he was like 14 years my senior, right? So I'm psyched. I'm like, yes, he done been around the world. He done did, you know what I'm saying? He's established. I don't have to worry about him like playing games, and he been around the way. You know what I'm saying? The age difference, just like you've experienced more. So I'm thinking I got somebody that's cool, calm, collective, settled down, business guy, head on straight, finances in order. And I worked 12 hours at the time we were dating, and I would get up at 6 o'clock. So it took me about 45 minutes on a good day to drive home. So I remember one day my phone rang at 7:15 p.m. Now I get off at 6. He's like, yeah, everything all right? And I'm like, what's up? What's wrong? He was like, oh, you got off at 6 and I didn't hear from you. I can't even be considered a missing person. Nigga, it's 7:15. It's like 7:15, right? So it's like that was very weird for me. So then from there I started to notice things that I hadn't picked up on before, and it was just like so bizarre. It was like so bizarre. So TMI, but I'm transparent, so I'm gonna just
Pops
share.
was like, his daughter better check in.
So, that's disgusting. That's
old ass man's gonna give you worms and a fucking ass
well,
whooping.
sadly enough, he couldn't really give me anything because he just wasn't. He wasn't strong suited in the bedroom, so we actually had to go to therapy behind that because.
Salute to you, Pops. You should have got that Boss Rhino.
Even if he did, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So nonetheless, we actually took him to
Pops,
therapy.
You trying to be controlling, and you didn't lay down the wood.
Yeah, he didn't. So it was just like I learned through that men think that sex equates everything is okay. It's like, oh, if I call you and I'm like, oh, where you at? Where you at? But then we have sex, everything is good. It's like, no, the problem still exists. The matter is still on the table. We really have to deal with this. Sex doesn't make it okay, and especially if it's bad sex. How can bad sex make anything okay?
I don't know.
So,
next question. Have you dealt with someone who got a weak ass sex game?
I just told you,
14
years.
But this is
week?
multiple people. Matter of fact, the Breakfast Club had a good question, and a lot of people calling in on this question. I hope I don't fit nobody in the room.
What was it?
Space of love. Don't want my ass out of the show.
Don't meet him in the pocket.
Don't meet me in the parking lot, because if I get to the trunk, it's over. The trunk is over. Have you ever had a finger penis in your lifetime? How the fuck was that ride? Because I was hearing stories like this.
I just told you I took him to therapy.
Oh, it was Pops? Ain't no fucking therapy for that shit.
Holy shit.
Ain't no therapy for that shit. What the fuck can they? How you cancel this? How, Sway?
I mean, everybody wasn't blessed, right? The problem that I have, and this I'm talking to the men now. The problem I have is you know what you possess. You use the bathroom from the time you wake up.
Maybe it was
to the time you go to
but
bed.
some people are growers and not showers now. You know what I mean by that?
You know what does that mean?
Okay, a person who's a shower. Hit my man shit one more time. Hit my man shit. This person right here, he's a shower. Oh, we fucking lost. God damn this.
This dick!
Fucking, shout out to Drew one more time. That's a shower. 6'3". Fucking, he was in the back of the bush somewhere. And you got some people, you give them that Boss Rhino or that E pill, and they
It doesn't change the size.
They grow. Yes, it does, child. Challenges changes.
You're not gonna go from a pinky to
People go from pinky to
a
full
leg.
wood. People
Like-
go from that. People grow from a pinky to a leg. Did you try to engage the man and let him grow?
We're not doing all
So
that.
so you telling if the man don't just automatically come out porno style with the joint down his leg, is you
Now
just,
be clear. You have listen.
Yeah,
It has to be something that you can work with, right? That's just like if you go and I don't know what this is like because I'm not a guy, but I hear men say like, "Oh, she don't have no walls." Like I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's because you've had children. I don't know if it's because you've been dealing
you
with.
been beat up so many times that shit been stretched to the fucking max.
Okay, so with that being said, right, if she's in a position where she knows how to do Kegels, right, and you get in it, but there's still no wall, but she has that control, are you gonna sit there and try to like work with her, or are you just not gonna enjoy that? Like,
I'm not gonna enjoy that.
so I'm not going to wait on somebody to figure out if this pill is going to be effective, what it's going to look like.
Take the pill before he comes.
No, I'm not doing all that.
I took the pill on the way. We
I
got a
don't
phone
care.
call. What
Oh,
the
my Lord.
First time ever. This is.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, who are we speaking with?
Hello.
Maria Thomas. I like y'all like so for real
Hi.
because y'all really cool band and all. Send my support to y'all.
We appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you for your support, love. Salute
Do you
to
have a question or a comment?
Yes.
Okay, we're listening.
I would like for them I could come to their one day concert.
I got concerts coming up anytime soon.
You want to come to whose concert?
So for real.
Oh, so for real? I think you have the wrong number, honey.
Thank you, though.
Who is this?
Thanks
Salute
for
to you.
calling.
We got things to do, my love. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Anything.
God damn, that goddamn
That was-
Jack
that
Daniels
was
and
funny.
Hennessy. Let it go,
She
black
said
people.
so for real. I wouldn't mind going to see so for real.
I wouldn't mind seeing them either.
And so for real. That's so funny.
All right,
she
back
went
to
back
the conversation at hand. I mean, most people gonna take that blue pill before they pull up on you.
I would hope so. And
Man,
I'm just not trying
That way,
to.
I got a 4-hour window. I mean, got a 4-hour window. Figure out what's the hell gonna go on.
But y'all really don't know, right? Your brother's taking the pill on that.
I don't know. I've never experienced that, so I don't know. But from what I see, I saw people like have to go to the hospital after taking it because it's still like
Yeah.
standing strong. So I guess if it doesn't knock it down after the fact, then it's like somewhat's up with this one. You know,
like they said it on TikTok. How would they know? No one's gonna know.
how would they know? I think you would know.
You ain't gonna know nothing, man.
So how do y'all feel about that? The brothers with the pills and as far as women. Because y'all know, but maybe if y'all don't see it, like
Now
y'all
listen.
don't know.
I have.
Unless they tell on themselves, right?
I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it, cousin. I love you. My cousin swear by those pills, right? He's the type, and he at the party, he like, hey, you need a pill? You need a pill? He trying to make sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
So for him, it equates to good time, long time, right?
Okay.
So
Hey, see,
I don't know what everybody's rhyme and reasons are for it. I just feel like
bro,
if you're challenged, well, how do I want to answer this? So I think people don't give themselves the opportunity because we rush into the process, right? So is foreplay really a thing now? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's mental stimulation, it's
depends.
physical
It's you,
connection.
she old school though.
depends.
Nah, she old school with it. That's how you
depends
do
on the
it.
circumstances.
That's how you do it.
In a former life when I was a criminal, we wasn't thinking about foreplay. But
Well,
now
see-
I've been saved by God. You know, that's one of the things on my
Bring the Lord
Yes, I
into
found the Lord. I'm living for the Lord.
I just feel like people short themselves by rushing.
Yeah.
Like they just want to speed through the process. And of course, if you're just trying to speed through, then yeah, you might need a pill because you're mentally checked out.
Yeah.
Because you're just worried about, I gotta show up, I gotta
Right,
show out,
right.
I gotta,
Yes.
But if you
And sometimes that first time is not good. sometimes because you're rushing and you so excited.
Because you mentally checked.
and you
Yeah, you mentally checked out because you're
you
just
gotta
focused
redeem
on-
yourself.
But
Hopefully,
sometimes you don't get to.
Hopefully, I don't got no bad report cards
That's
out there.
Sometimes
see, that's
you
when you need the
might not.
pill.
That's I hope.
Like, baby, look, I did it wrong the first time.
Hey, I hopefully I ain't got no bad report cards out there. I got no expired old bad report cards. I got all these. Now, you had anybody who gave you a bad report card?
No.
No bad report cards out there. No weak games.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Off the quickness.
No, none that I know of. No.
Off the quickness.
No, I try to really build like bonds and chemistry with people because like I want to experience something different. Like just to lay down with somebody and just exchange an action. The younger me, yeah, but you know, I'm experienced and I'm seasoned. I'm just looking for a different experience. So for me, I can't do all that wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Like so I try to make sure if I am going to engage, it's pleasurable for both of us, not just me, but you know, you as well. And that probably sounds selfish, but sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get, so you got to make sure you come in with a goal in mind. But not having to do that because a bond and the chemistry is there is like one of the most amazing things. So I don't think so. I don't think I have bad reports.
Okay. And my man, whomever it may concern, on your way after you get your white papers, go get that Boss Rhino so you can make sure you show up and show out.
That's right.
No.
She's a lover, not a player. Yes, I am.
Stop your ass from lying.
No, I'm not no player. I don't have time. I don't play with people emotions. Right? I don't have time because I don't want it done to me because I've been in that seat. And it doesn't feel good. So it's like, listen, we too old for that.
You got a trail of broken hearts, lady.
I probably do. And you know, I give everybody a fair chance. You can only shoot yourself.
You got a bunch of broken hearts out there. A bunch of men probably cussing me out right now for you being on this podcast.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't have men out there that's crazy like that. My ex-husband was, but
Yeah, well, salute to you, sir.
don't salute his ass.
Now, my question is,
What is your question?
what is your final goal for where you see yourself down the road as far as a relationship?
I want to be married again.
Okay.
I want to be married.
God bless you, because
Now, my children, and shout out to my children or my child, whomever is listening, if you're still listening. So my children have been having this uterus conversation, right?
are you thinking about having
I'm
another
not.
one?
There was once upon a time when I was with the grandfather, I was excited about it. And he
You
was
just gonna
like,
have Pops, baby?
I was
You
initially.
gonna have that old ass Benjamin Button, baby?
Listen, and I said that to him too, right? I didn't call him Benjamin Button, but I was like, you want to be like the great grandfather going to the kindergarten graduation? Like, I don't think
You was gonna do that?
But I really was, and that was a point in my life where I was open to having one more, but he killed that because he was like, oh, let's make sure it's twins. I was like, no.
How many children you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
Now, what if you run into a young buckaroo who want to shoot the club up?
No. He gonna have to take that massacre somewhere else. I ain't.
That's what you gonna do? You gonna close the club?
Yes,
You closing the club?
absolutely.
Fuck that.
Absolutely.
Let that
Listen.
young man
My
at
baby.
McDonald's who chef supervisor shoot that damn club up.
Absolutely not. Listen, absolutely not. Listen, my baby is 14. My
And
oldest is 21.
Your baby can have a
My
baby and
middle
kill her
is
with him.
16. Absolutely not. Like, we
Yeah.
good. We are passport ages, right? We are travel the country,
Hey,
travel
you
the
ought
world.
to take that little whiny ass
we
baby
ain't
with
doing
you.
all that. You have another one.
I wish I could. I don't have any.
Oh, you
So,
don't have children?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have my lovely nephew who's 29. I have
Okay.
Monte who's 30 something. I have Tavon.
So that's why you
I
saying
have
that.
Brandon. I have Shayla, my stepdaughter, and I have my wife. That's my family.
Amen.
But at the end of the day, I was responsible.
Yeah.
I drove to CVS, Walgreens, right there in the local liquor store.
So-
and in case of emergency, the gasoline station. And I got my Boss Rhino on the way there. But I would adopt a child.
See, adopting
I would adopt
is
a
cool
child.
because you know what you can do when you go to adopt? You can pick it out at the age and stage that you want it. But when you have to bake it in the oven, have it, get up countless hours of the night to feed and change and all those things, you can't change your mind. See, you can take it back to the orphanage and say, you know what, this ain't gonna work for me. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you though.
Okay.
How does it work with you meeting someone and your children? Now, do you not let them meet that guy unless you're getting serious, or even if you all are just friends, just dating, hanging out,
we
or
have
maybe
to be,
he's coming past?
We have to be serious because after my marriage, I was single intentionally for 6 years, right? And I started dating someone, and I was super, super excited because we were really getting serious, but he kind of got cold feet. So it's like he didn't get cold feet until after he met my children. Because the commitment became real, right? So it's like your children get attached to these people and they build bonds. And even with grandpa, like grandpa had a phenomenal relationship with all of my children. He was a great guy. He just wasn't the guy for me, right? But that's hard. That's hard because you not only go through the breakup, the kids go through the breakup also.
I can't see you long term with some old ass man.
So listen, when I tell you, I was so excited. Like I was just like, yes, I wanted to be drama free. And I think that was the main driving force for me. It was just like, you know what? This is somebody who is older, who is not out in the club, who is not doing this. We're taking trips and we're doing all these things. And he was just settled down. So I was excited about that. But
now, my final question is almost, good timing. Do you find men who are jealous of all the shit that you do? Because you do a lot of stuff. So how are you going to really date on your level you on and you do so many things?
I think
you have a busy schedule too. I
think the right one won't have a problem. So what I try to do, and I don't know, I guess this is to a fault, I'm very transparent, right? So I would always introduce, if I did bring somebody who I was talking to the setting that I'm in. Like I'm introducing like, hey, this is because I'm excited. I'm proud to be with my person that I'm with. So I'm introducing. Have I experienced the jealousy thing? Not out loud, my ex-husband, but that was just a whole different story. So I just feel like the right one would understand.
So a man who currently working at McDonald's is
he ain't gonna understand because he won't understand.
Philip, do you have a
Raekwon won't understand.
Do you have a last question?
Just children and dating. Like, how do how does it? Because I've been in situations where it's like, I come in and I see things, and because I want to be with that person or I love that person, I may come in and step in and say some things that I may see that's not, right. So I'm like not really trying to be a dad, and I'm not talking about now. This is one of the situations I'm saying. Not trying to be a dad, but that was one of the reasons why we didn't work. And then it was kind of like, cause she had went through a divorce too. So like you said, the kids were really like going through it. Yeah. So I really didn't understand it. I was just saying them kind of like what I would call sometimes just, wilding out. And I'm like, hey, you need to, this and that. Then it got to a point to where, though, you know what? Let me step back. You know what I'm saying? Because then she explained to me what they had been through. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how does it? Because you say your kid, your oldest is
21.
Oh, 21.
Yes.
Oh, so what about the other ones? 16 and 14. Mm-hmm. Wow. So how would it work with them? Like,
now?
Yeah. Like if you brought somebody home and say, hey, me and Ted, whatever his name is,
right,
we're getting serious. This is going to be, me and Ted are going to be together. We may all move together with Ted.
To be honest, like my kids are so cool. Like they have their own fill out processes, right? That each one of them they're very different, and they're going to definitely fill you out. And I'm going to value and honor what they say, because this person will not just be entering my life; he will be entering all of our lives, right? So, I mean, my kids are cool. My kids are easy breezy. Life has happened to us all. They were a part of a lot of the things that I went through, so they have experienced. So their biggest thing is like, don't hurt my mom, right? Don't treat her bad.
Yeah.
And love us, spend time with us. Like my youngest son, he like, look, I need somebody to get on the game with me. I need somebody to, so they have their own processes. So I don't necessarily think it would be super weird, but I am very cautious of even letting somebody in my space like that to even get to them. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going down no time soon, though.
Hey, well, all right.
He said not Ted. She said not Ted.
To wrap this up, what are your dating advice for the young lady out there on the go?
That's a good question. Yeah.
My dating advice to the young lady on the go would be to stay true to what you want, stay true to who you are, and just know that when it's meant to be, it will be. You don't have to compromise for anyone, for any reason. And I'm a hopeless romantic, so I'm always gonna say love is gonna find me, right? So I would just advise her again to just stay her course, stay working in the field, and when it's time, it'll happen.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
How many you got to go through though? Like, is it okay if she go through maybe 10,
Like kiss a couple frogs.
15? How many you think?
I mean, chemistry, how can you determine that, right?
Yeah.
Because it comes down to chemistry. It comes down to the time that we're spending. If all you're doing is texting somebody to get to know them, that's going to take a long time.
Nah, you schooled us tonight though. You schooled them.
Yeah,
Definitely
like-
that. It's that,
Hey, these are the conversations we have at Olive Garden.
all the time. We also have some other in-depth dialogue that
We can't talk about because
Okay.
I don't believe in telling my friends secret. We gonna keep that on the underground. All right, man. Thank you, my love. You know I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
calling and harassing you to try to convince you to do something for me. So
Listen.
I know you're busy, but
So
hey,
I thought this was a different kind of show, so I was going to promote some things, but those things don't align with what we're talking about.
promote it anyway.
So,
Promote
for
it anyway.
all of the listeners, right, who are looking to align with men and women, and men are invited to, just to get some good old fellowshipping in, entrepreneur advice, medical and mental health advice. And I'm just saying medical because I think someone is a therapist who will be on there. So that kind of speaks to different avenues and areas. You can go on the mentorship circle experience on Eventbrite. 2 free events. It's a happy hour that's virtual. On Sunday, it's a mini conference, which is also virtual. Then we'll be dancing in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But that is in person and virtual. So definitely get your tickets for that. Also, I am a part of a short film that was just picked up by the Independent Short Awards Festival in LA. So that is basically about bullying, and it touches on a few different aspects, because when we think about bullying, we just think about, oh, this child is bad, and this child, you don't really think about what happens at home. You don't think that they're going through something. And then too, a lot of the parents aren't getting advice on what to do for real to pay it forward, to find a resolve. It's like you pick up the phone and they're like, yeah, where we at? We going up there. So we definitely have hit a few of those topics and started a conversation. So again, it's called They Don't Get It, and that is on YouTube, and I'll post the link on my page to everything that I'm saying. And if you're looking to get into the boating industry, if you're looking to become an entrepreneur, check out The Boat Goat. Shout out to Rashad, The Boat Goat. Okay, D-A, the Boat Goat. So right now, if you are looking to get into a mentorship program to teach you how to make 6 figures very fast, there is a promotion. It was $5,500, but somebody made a mistake and took $5,000 off. So if you are interested in getting in for $500 right now, connect with The Boat Goat and tell him Sassy sent you.
All right, where can they find you?
And you can find me where I be. You can find me at Sassi Whayz That's on all social portals. I have a Twitter account, but I don't remember my password and I don't tweet because I never really figured out how to do that. So you can find me on there. Also on Instagram, it's I am Sassi Whayz, and Facebook at Sassi Whayz.
Philip.
And then you can call me at 555-5555.
All right. Philip, where can they find you at?
Every other Saturday and tomorrow we right here, man, on the Rip Radio Network. So log on 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Phocuz Radio. Special guest in the building, Michael Campbell is running for DC Mayor 2022. So make sure we get out and vote also. So I just want to know his plan as far as DC, as we spoke on cleaning up some of this mess we got out here.
All right, and you can find me on Unpack Radio. All right, November the 5th, we got my man Dirk Young, USPA also champion, who lifts a bunch of weights. We also may have a young lady who's a trans activist coming on the show. We can stay connected with her. November 19th, I got my man who reviewed food on TikTok coming in, and I think he's here on Friday or something like that too. Yesterday, he was here on one of the stations. Yeah, he was here, but I didn't see him, so hopefully he comes in person, because that was weird.
So he's a chef?
No, he just a guy who like to eat, and he be making me mad because I can't eat none of the shit he be talking about, because I gotta keep my life in order. So we gonna
because you got goals, because you're trying to get out the McDonald's drive-through, right?
Yeah, so we gotta get out. We gotta get that brother on the show. We also got some other plans and work for Alicia. I'm gonna try to get her family to come in here on the 19th as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So hopefully we can pull that together.
Oh.
And damn, the search begins. I mean, for someone to help me along the path, because right now my wife Washington Wizards, they doing all right. They doing all right, but she got basketball games to go to, so I need to find me a partner in crime. I got an idea. I'm gonna try to drug her up and blackmail her. But that's a different story over there.
Listen.
Anyway, I'll see y'all next week on Impact Radio.
I'm from